ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। हरि ओम्। This is the first thought we studied once upon a time. I hope you remember this point. The point. First he started superimposition. Superimposition is impossible to make, but you made very successfully. This is what the Acharya started. Impossible. You made it possible. This is how he started. Now the example we have seen, the fire and iron ball. The entity iron ball is one entity. The fire is one entity. The entity and its attribute is transferred to iron ball. This entity and its attributes transferred to fire. The mutual superimposition, not simple superimposition, mutual. So anyonyasmin anyonyatmakatan anyonya dharmamscha adyasya. This is how he says. Finally, we got fireball. This is point number one we studied. Thought number one. Thought number two, superimposition established. Not only made, established thoroughly. Established. And 3 points he brought. The nature of superimposition, identifying each other, cause of adhyasa, non-discrimination, aviveka, mithya ajnana nimitta. Result of adhyasa, ahamidam, mamaidam. This is what he says. Not at all superimposition, adhyasa. If you see superimposition, then the nature, cause and the result. So second point he brought. This also you understood very easily. Superimposition, definition he has given. So I kept on talking on superimposition. Dear students, I am going to give you the definition. This is what Acharya says. So he has given the definition also. What's the definition? You need to have qualification to do this adhyasa. Adhyasa qualification you need. What kind of qualification? You have to see the similarity and you should not apprehend properly. Misunderstanding we should have. That we have throughout the life. This is not new to make this superimposition. Throughout the life, misunderstanding only. Similarity, the non-apprehension should be there. And at the same time, you should have seen in the earlier place. And you should have the impression. The memory should be there. If memory loss, no superimposition. Very nice person. Why? Memory loss. You should have the memory also. The impression we should have. All these qualifications are needed. So he brought Purva Drishta. You should have Smrti Rupa. This Smrti Rupa, Purva Drishta. Paratra. Somewhere you have to see that. Purva Drishta Paratra. Purva Drishta Avabhasaha. Paratra in another place. Smrti Rupa. The memory should be there. Purva Drishta Avabhasa. You must have seen somewhere else. And Paratra. Very successfully you are bringing and superimposing on this. So Smrti Rupaha Paratra Purva Drishta Avabhasa. This is the definition he has given. And the fourth point. Not only he has given the definition, you see the same idea all other schools also has got. So he brings the support of other schools. When we want to establish our idea, suppose we are not doing homework, so we have to say that this person also is not doing homework. That person also is not doing homework, teacher. Professor, this person also is not completed the project. Why you are compelling me to do this project? So professor will not talk more than that. Finish. Yes, you are right. Why? You establish your idea by bringing others for that idea. In the same way. So he is Bhagavan. He wants to establish. That's it. Not only I am telling, other schools also telling the same point with a little difference. That's all. So we studied this kind of Kyati, Panchakyati, Kyati Panchakam. Atma Kyati we studied, Asad Kyati, Kyati, Anyata Kyati, Anirvachaniya Kyati. So different schools has got different views on this error or Kyati, superimposition, Adhyasa. We studied. I hope you remember all these things. You should not ask when did we do it? Just this week only we did all the things. Okay. Views from other schools. Okay. Views from other schools. And I established. Anyway, even though they have different small differences, the five sarvata api annasya anya dharma avabhasatam na vyabhichariti. So seeing one thing or other thing is common in all the theories. It's established. The worldly experience also is given. Worldly experience. But that fireball and fire and iron balls, so we only brought it. So this example is given in Atma Bodha. If you study Atma Bodha, you can find that example. For our understanding, I brought it there. But Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya gives the example here. Eka Chandraha Saddutivat. So one moon. Today is that full moon day. Just to go and see whether it is one moon or two moons. One moon is seen as two moon. Eka Chandra Saddutivat. That is what that. Nirupadika and Sopadika, two examples is given. And another one, seeing the silver coin on shell. So two examples he has given. Another objection to the superimposition. Very powerful objection he has brought. So what is that objection? Object can be superimposed on object outside. Puravavasthita Vishaya. Another object also can be superimposed on object. How can you superimpose objects on the subject, the self? Which is not possible. Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya says that if you want to superimpose object on object, object on object, you consider this subject also as object. What is your problem? You want to superimpose one object to another object. So you consider this also as an object. There's no problem. You consider this also object. Why? How can you say object? Because you experience ahamiti. So everybody has got the experiences. I. So in Tamil I told, this is a porul. This is param porul, that's all. This is also porul, this is also porul means object thing. So you superimpose body, mind and intellect on the subject. Subject is object only. You consider as object. Actually that is subject only. Okay. So he brought that objection. He himself brought the objection and he answered. How? How balaha tala malinatadi adyasyanti akashe. How the children are superimposing the shape and the color and the space in the same way. A pratyaksha api, even though it's not a pratyaksha like object, you can superimpose body, mind and intellect on atma. So he answered through this example. And superimpositions in the science. And avidya is, adhyasa is avidya, just turning the, shifting the idea from adhyasa to avidya. Why unnecessarily? Why the car is going this way? Why you are taking, why you are changing the track? So far track is very good only. Why you are changing? Sir, exit comes there. I have to exit from the main road. Exit means what? Liberation. So if I go in this, I cannot get exit. Getting it? So I will take the right side, change the lane, and get ready for what? To exit. So he introduced Adhyasa just to, because you have to travel long, 7-8 thoughts you have to bring. So travel long distance. After some time, so shift the line. Why? If I shift Adhyasa into Avidya, for Avidya only I have the exit. Why Vidya? So Vidya exit comes, you get out of this main road. Getting it or not? So very nicely he just shifts from main lane to right side lane to get exit. Very nicely he brought. Adhyasa is changed into Avidya. The same track. No, the same direction, only track is getting changed. Okay. Yeah, we studied this. So immediate cause is adhyasa and root cause is avidya. So what we are doing? So we are doing all our efforts to finish the problem, to solve the problem at adhyasa level, which is impossible. You solve one problem, another problem, one problem, another problem. Yo. I do not know when I'm going to get out. When we die, only the problem will get it. So for that we cannot die. To solve if you do not know how to solve the problem, I can die. No, that is not the solution. That's a temporary solution. The people are committing suicide. Why? To get away from the problem. So that is temporary problem. See, you accumulated. Actually, 10 more years you have to live. Before that, you finish your life. This 10 more years of this Janma also will accumulate for next Janma. Unnecessarily we accumulated. So we have to finish our work. So committing suicide and getting away from this stage is not the permanent solution. The scriptures are not giving that kind of way. No, you should not do that. You have to get the knowledge, get out of the problem permanently. So getting out of the problem is getting the knowledge, Brahma Vidya, go to study class, go to Yajna, attend, study, and get that reflection, get the clarity, and apply it, remove this avidya, then adhyasa is over. So permanent solution is suggested here. And one more nice point he brought, mere rope is not against snake. The knowledge of rope only removes the snake. So knowledge of Brahman, which is happening in our buddhi, so that knowledge only will remove this ignorance. Okay, the Atman is or Brahman is not against Maya or Avidya. Both are good only. Both are good only. So our knowledge of the rope only will remove this. The rope itself will not remove. The knowledge of rope only will remove the snake. You understood. So knowledge of Brahman is important. So to get the knowledge of Brahman, we are listening. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, we are doing it. Otherwise, the Brahman itself can remove this Maya. So this also we studied. The substratum adhishtanam ever remains unaffected. One other nice point. The substratum will not be damaged by this superimposition. Anumatrena api gunena doshena va na sambadhyati. So Anumatra, even the iota also cannot, the superimposition or the adhyasa cannot damage the adhishtana. Very powerful thought. So very superb consolation we will get. When we get this kind of knowledge, whatever the problem we get, we know Atman is never damaged by. Nainam chindan dishastrani, nainam dahati pavakana, chainam kledayanti apahana, soshayati maruta. Arjuna, you are going to finish the body of Bhishma, body of Drona, not Atma. Even you cannot touch the mind with your sword, then what to talk about Atma? So Atma is never tainted by the snake or the body, mind and intellect. So this thought we study. Then the logical conclusion. This is the thought we have to see. Okay? So 9 thoughts we studied in this 7-8 days. I hope you remember all the points. Yeah, this revision is needed. Why? So tomorrow we are going to conclude. So logical conclusion. Even though this is conclusion here, tomorrow only we are going to conclude, okay? Conclusion he brings very nicely. Now, so this point we studied yesterday. All activities are included in the adhyasa. Everything is adhyasa. Everything is adhyasa. You can say everything is maya. Maya mayamidam agilam buddhva brahmapadam tvam pravisha viditva. We say the maya mayam. Hereafter you say all adhyasamayam. See, when we say maya mayam, caste level. When we say adhyasa level, effect level. So the effect level, everything is adhyasa. All the activities are happening in adhyasa level. The root cause is maya. Okay? Pramana, Prameya, Laukika, Vaidika. Even that Shastra, all the things. The Shastra, you divide again into Vidhi, Nisheda and Moksha. So these are the things, the content of the Shastras. Everything is activities. All the activities are happening in Adhyasa level. Okay? Yeah. Once if we get into Adhyasa, once if we are in the web of Maya, then we are very active. We are very active in the field of Adhyasa. So what kind of activity you say? Oh, if you divide the whole life, Pramana, Prameya, Laukika, Vaidika, then Shastra will come. In the Shastra, the three things. Okay? Now, so what we have studied here, you understood here, you are going to confirm with this Sanskrit passage. Okay? Shall we read this? Yeah. We'll read this and we'll see. Tametam avidyakhyam atmanatmanoho itaretara adhyasam puraskritya sarve pramana prameya vyavaharaha laukikaha vaidikascha pravrittaha sarvani cha shastrani vidhi pratisheda moksha parani. Very simple only. Very simple. Tametam avidyakyam. So whatever we studied, the cause avidyakyam, atma anatmanoho, atma anatmano, itaretara adhyasam puraskritya. Mixing together. Atma anatma mixing together. Sarve pramana prameya vyavahara. Pramana, the means of knowledge. Prameya, the object of knowledge. Vyavahara, all the activities, the transactions. Whether it is Laukika or Vaidika, secular or spiritual or Vaidik, Pravrita, whatever is happening. Sarvanicha Shastrani, all the scriptures which is talking about Vidhi, Pradisheda, Moksha, all the things are the activities of Adhyasa. Okay? Now, we'll split this passage and we'll read. Tametam, the above mentioned, tam etam, yetam. The second case, so if you know Sanskrit, tam yetam. So second case, tam Shantakaram, Pujakashanam, Padmanabam, Suresham. Second case, tam etam. Vidya, avidyakyam, which is designed as nescience. Avidya. Avidyakyam, it is told and it is referred as avidya. Atma, anatmano, atma, anatma. Like light and darkness. Atma, anatmano. Itarayatra adhyasam puraskritya, mutual superposition. So mix it together. Sarve pramana prameya vyavahara. All transactions, the means of knowledge and valid, the object of knowledge. Means, all the sense organs are the mind and buddhi, the means through which only we come to understand about the object. Object of knowledge, means of knowledge. All the things. Okay? Whether it is Laukika or Vaidika, secular or the Vedas or spiritual. Pravrita, whatever is going on, Sarvanicha Shastrana, all the scriptures which is talking Vidhi, Pratisheda, Moksha Parani. All the things are nothing but Adhyasa. You say that, okay, why Laukika I can understand. How can you say Vaidika is Adhyasa? How can you say the Moksha is Moksha Parani? The Moksha Shastra is Adhyasa. When we have a dream, when you have not now, after the class, when you have dream, the dream you say all the things, bad things and good things. Bad things only first will come. Snake will come. Tiger also will come. Family members also coming. Good only. Good. Family members. Even the dream also you are coming. All right. So get all the good things and bad things. Suddenly, Lord Shiva temple is coming there. Bhagavad Gita is coming. Brahma Sutra, everything is coming in the dream. So, someone should be there to push me out from the dream. There should be something to push out of the dream. Not from outside. Getting from the dream only you have to get up. How? So in that dream, one tiger came. Very powerful tiger. He came and the tiger was standing in front of us and started chanting some mantra before food. Because we become food. Tiger started chanting mantra for food. For the tiger, we are the Panchabhuta, made up of all the kuttu curry. Tiger ready to eat. He started flying. Yo. Started flying. Start flying. Running from one in the forest. Maximum 150 kilometers per hour. We do not know how we got that kind of power. Escape from the tiger. You start moving. Not running, flying in between the trees. Finally, we went and we stood in one place, very deep valley. Yo. It's better to die in the valley instead of dying with this with a tiger. Because tiger will take us like Panchabhuta. It will separate the Panchabhuta like anything. Just we think of our condition. Oh, this is better than this. There only the choice comes. Whether you want to die in the valley or with the hands of tiger. So we have chosen that, hey, valley is nice because you fly before the die. Before you die, you fly. Nice experience also. Just jumped. We jumped. Not from the valley, from the bed. Suddenly. There you got very, high level bed I have seen many places. In our place, India, the bed is almost along with the floor. There you have to climb and few places I have seen. You should be a little careful. Even the dream, if you see tiger, you should not run away. If you run away, if you jump, finished. You are jumping from the bed, yo. Then you got up. How you got up from the dream? The dream tiger only, what that, chasing me, so that I got up from this dream. The same. The dream tiger is Moksha Parani Sastrani. Getting it? So now we are studying what is the Brahma Sutra, Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad. We are doing that also in Adhyasa only. In Adhyasa level only we are doing all the things. Okay? You see other animals, that is like what that? Vaidika, Laukika, all the Sastrana, Vidhi, Nisheda, everything is for the other animals and other relatives. The tiger, the powerful tiger which is chasing us, the dream, to get out of the dream is the Moksha Parani. Okay? So we should not ask, how come you say that Brahma Sutra and Upanishad, all the Moksha Sastras also included in Adhyasa? Yes. Everything is in Adhyasa. So one part of Adhyasa is very powerful Adhyasa, which is frightening us to get out of this dream. Okay? Now you understood. Okay. Next thought. The rationale of a conclusion questioned. Next thought will move. Okay? He is asking one question. One question comes here. Katham punaha. Okay. Katham punaha. Avidyavat. Vishayani. Pratyakshadini. Pramanani. Shastrani. Cha iti. Archeti. Yeah. Katham punaha. So you're telling me, how can you say that all the things are included in avidya, in adhyasa? All the shastras, pratyakshadini. Pratyaksha means what? The direct perception. Pramanani. Pratyaksha, pramana. Like that, all the pramanas. Pratyaksha pramana, anumana pramana, shabda pramana, arthapatya, anupalabdhi. All the pramanas. Pratyaksha pramanani, shastrani. All the shastras also you are telling. What is that? In adhyasa. And the person who has got avidyavata vishayani, the person who has got ignorance, for the ignorant person only everything is meant. Okay, now see. But how is it? Pertain to those who are ignorant, perception of other means of valid cognitions and also the scriptures. So what you are telling that everything is meant for the ignorant person, all the adhyasas is meant for ignorant person. Everything is, all the activities are going in adhyasa level. How can I say everything is adhyasa? Including the moksha. Okay? Look at everything is adhyasa, including moksha. And it's meant for only the ignorant. But you should have ignorance to play in adhyasa level. If you do not have ignorance, there is no adhyasa. For ignorant person only, the adhyasa is meant. You should have ignorance. Otherwise, adhyasa will not work. And the objection or the question is answered here now. Now he's taking one more thought, one more nice thought. You will enjoy this thought now. So adhyasa is meant for ignorant persons, sir. All the adhyasas, even including the moksha also is in adhyasa only. To play the role or to play the game in this world, we need to have adhyasa. That is a point. The person who doesn't have adhyasa, there is no role for him here. So adhyasa only gives the qualification to play the role here. Okay? So even the Rama takes avatara, then he has to have the adhyasa to play the Rama role. Suppose Rama understood Aham Brahmasmi, then he cannot go to forest. Even the Kaigi has to go to forest. I cannot go. Why Aham Brahma? Roll over. He cannot do anything. Okay. So we should have this kind of the ignorance to play the role. We should not ask question. Immediately question will come tomorrow. It means that Rama had ignorance. Sir, you have to understand. He played the role. To play the role, he has to take this adhyasa. He has to say, I am not Brahman, I am Chakravarti's son. I am Dasarada's son, Dasarathi. I have wife, children, I have all the families. So this kind of, he knew he is Brahman and he played this adhyasa role very nicely. In our case, we do not know Brahman, we play adhyasa role powerfully. Not playing. Involved and suffering like anything. Okay? To play in this role, or to live the life, we need to have adhyasa. That is the point. Now he is going to bring that point. What is the importance of adhyasa or the need of adhyasa in the samsara world? Now he has taken this point. So this is one section of point. You like it. You like this point. Very nice. Every epistemological domain consists of the four entities. They are very special, but the epistemological. You try to epistemological. Sometimes it is difficult to get epistemology. This means relating to the theory of knowledge. Epistemology means relating to the theory of knowledge. The word related with the theory of knowledge. That is called epistemology. When you read this kind of the philosophy, you used to get this kind of word. They have to be a little familiar with the word. So I brought it here. If you read our Chinmaya International Foundation book, the Brahma Sutra, this word will appear now and then. So no need to get frightened. Now this kind of word only frightening us. So related with the theory of knowledge, talking about knowledge. Vedanta means what? They are talking about Brahma, Ishvara, liberation, Mukti, liberation, Bandha, all those things. So Vedanta, you say by the word Vedanta in the same way. Epistemology. It involves four aspects. Okay, four aspects. Now, Pramana, Pramata, Pramana, Prameye, Prama. All pra comes. So when you say Pramana, Prameya, Pramata, Prama, frightening. Slightly the chest pain starts. Headache also starts. When you use this technical term, headache, slowly the shutter also is getting closed. Not inside, outside also shutter is closing. Whenever we see this kind of Pramana, Prameya, Pramata, no need to get frightened. I tell you. No need. Just to have a nice relationship with this kind of words. Make a friendship. Otherwise, it looks like enemies. All the Pramana will be enemies, technical terms. So just to have a little friendship. Pramana, Pramata, the knower. So your name is Pramata, that's a knower. So we are the knower. Pramata. So technically Pramata. Okay? Now, Pramana. So we need to have means of knowledge. So we are the person is called what that Pramata. We should have the means, all the sense organs, mind and intellect, and the means of knowledge. Through the mind only you come to understand many things. Through the mind, we come to understand the feeling of other person. Sometimes even though we know the feeling, we will not express. I know you are suffering. It's okay. I understood you were suffering. How? Through my mind. Now you understood. Nah? When I was suffering, you never showed me anything. Now you are suffering. You need to have all those things. Now you understood my feeling. Nah? We understood other person's feeling through our mind. So mind is means of knowledge. Intellect means of knowledge. When professor conducting some classes, we need to have the buddhi to understand the concepts. So intellect, mind, sense organs, means of knowledge. And other means of knowledge, Shastras. Through the Shastra only we come to understand who is Ishvara, what is bondage, what is liberation, all the things we come to understand. So the means of knowledge is called Pramana. Simple. Pramana. The Pramata, knower. So we are the knower, we have means of knowledge, and Prameya, object of knowledge. So through the means we come to understand some object, whether it is outside or inside, object. The object of knowledge is called Prameya. And what is happening in our mind? Prama. The knowledge is happening. So simple actually, simple. From the childhood we are doing this. From the childhood this is happening in our head. We went to school. The knowledge happened automatically, even though we did not take any effort. Why? Just we sat there and listened to the teacher. And teacher brought all ideas very nicely. It went into our head and we got knowledge. So we receive knowledge about the object through the tools. And who got it? I got it. Actually speaking, this point you can explain to all the children, the school, the college and universities. This is the process of knowledge. Now, dear students, you are the knower, you are going to get knowledge about this subject and through this or that book. Are you getting it? This is the book you are going to use as means of knowledge, and you are going to study about the computer or the world or some economy or some science you are going to get. So this will happen in your head. You are the beneficiary. See that, lad? So this section is called epistemological domain, and it consists of 4 aspects. Now you are telling the name of Sanskrit. Pramana, Pramata, Pramana, Prameya, Prama. Simple. From the childhood is happening in us. Now you are talking in technical term. That's it. Is it okay? Now, keeping this in the mind, now we enter into other thought. Ready? Chelimo? Already you know this. Already very, very familiar to you. Now you are getting this technical term, the Sanskrit term. Now, this is the object. Simply I have taken one nice object. I cannot bring some halwa, gulab jam. This is danger. So this is very decent picture. Why halwa? Sense control. I am helping your sense control. That's why I didn't bring halwa. Flower. Nice flower. That's all. If it is halwa, halwa. So you remove that, bring this, the object. Now if you want to have the knowledge of this object, we should have sense organs. Okay, sense organs we should have. Suppose the flower, there I have seen every flower has got fragrance. Whatever the fragrance you need, it will be fragrance. Nice flower with fragrance. The color also they will make. Oh, very nice color, nicely made. The color also is there and the fragrance also is there. So you use what that? You use eye and you use what that? Nose to know, and you use what that? Touch. The softness you touch. You touch use. Here you cannot use the hear. Whether flower has got a sound or not. You cannot use. Here. But here we use this mouth. We'll take one petal and eat. If it is rose, we will eat. All the sense organs we use to know about this knowledge, the object. So object is known through the sense organ. If there is no sense organs, object cannot be known. Simple. Nicely. Very simple thought. So if you want to know about any object, we need to have sense or that organs, but it should work properly. After 60 years, this will go dump. Ear dump. Eye also gone. Who is this uncle? I thought it's auntie. Oh. Eye should work properly. Means of knowledge should be very powerful. You eat something, drink something, coffee, you are telling, oh, tea is nice. Sir, that is coffee. Oh, sorry, okay, coffee is nice. Okay, tongue has gone. No, nose has gone. Sometime. Okay? So all should work properly. The means of knowledge is very powerful. Without the means of knowledge, you cannot know object. You understood? And this word that all the five sense organs will work only when we have this body. Otherwise, the five sense organs now see hanging. All the five senses are hanging somewhere. You want to fix this sense organs in the body. The eyes will be here, nose here, and tongue should be here. The skin should be fixed in the whole body. All the five sense organs should be fixed in the system. The system is called body. So God made very nice body. So without body, this five sense organs will not function. Very simple logic, simple. Now see, in the early, without sense organs, you cannot, without the means of knowledge, you cannot know the object. So without this body, you cannot, all the five sense organs will not function. Is it okay? Now, so this body should work. Ego should be there. The adhyasa should be there. Then only the body will function. The adhyasa, I am the body. Aham idam, mama idam. The adhyasa should be there. Without adhyasa, the body will not function. I have to feel that this is me. Alright? Otherwise, you cannot say, if you don't say this is me, so much of confusion in the family and that. If your son asks, Dad, how are you? Who? You only. To whom I am dad? For me only. No, I'm not your dad. Then who are you? Brahmasmi. Go to office. The boss doesn't go there. Go there and bring the file. No, sir, I am everywhere. See that? Why? You have gone out of the body. Suppose you realize there is no adhyasa, you cannot work in your home, you cannot work in the office. Everything is disappeared. So if you want to have very efficient work in this world, we need to have this adhyasa. I should feel that aham. I am this body. We have very 100% we have aham. Even if you study Upanishad, Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Sutra, everything, after the class also, if you say, who are you? You do not know about me? I will tell you. Adhyasa is there. Powerful adhyasa. First I will tell you my political background. Then I will tell my economical background. Then you understand who am I. The adhyasa should be there. Inside the ego, the adhyasa should be there. Have you understood? Without the adhyasa, the body will not function. That is the point. Okay? So in this Paramatma, if you go a little deeper, Atma is there. Atma, there is no adhyasa, no function. So in Atma, there is no adhyasa, nothing. Nothing is there. Okay? You cannot say that no body, no ego, no sense organs, nothing is there in the Atma. So you go a little deeper. From the object, we went inside this Atma, getting in slowly. Now see, from here, we went here. Okay? So the objects of, the knowledge of objects happening in our mind through the sense organs. Without sense organs, this will not happen. So sense organs will not work without the body structure. You have to fix the sense organs. Without the body, sense organs will not function. Without the adhyasa, the body will not function. Body should feel that this is me. Then only the function will come. So all the things are absent here in the Atma. All the things are happened in the Atma. There is no adhyasa. There is no the transactions. Is it okay? So when we reach here, there is no transaction. When you come out of, when you forget it and get the adhyasa of this body, and body functions through the sense organs, and the sense organs go in the world and see everything, experience everything, and get into problem. How are you? Going on successfully. My problem is going on. Still, I am not able to solve it. How many years? 25 years. I do not know when I am going to finish it. Very successful in the world. So this is a scientific study. It's a micro-motion study. So it's a management theory. It's a micro-motion, very slow study. What's happening inside. So without sense organs, no object. Without body, no sense organs. Without adhyasa, there is no body. So all the things are absent in this Atma. Is it okay? Therefore, when you want to function in the world, we need to have adhyasa. The adhyasa is needed to function in this world. So whoever is functioning in the whole world, all people have got this adhyasa. Okay? Getting it? Very simple thought. Very simple. What is happening in our life, we studied. That's all. Okay, shall we move forward? Shall we move? Now we see this. Nice person, la? This is not in the home, it's in the office. Office. The man is sleeping. And adhyasa has gone. Are you getting it? He lost the feeling that I am the body. Are you getting it? He lost. When he falls into sleep, he lost that knowledge, I am this body. When that pramana, are you getting it? The pramata. The pramata means the knower. The knower is absent here. The knower is absent. Even though you have object in front of you, you will not see. Sometimes how we sit in the class. Even though the professor is there, class is going on. You are absent there. So many times we used to get that kind of experience. Hey, what happened here? 1 hour class happened. Oh, so quickly? You are absent. Hey, I was present there. You were present physically. Mentally absent. There is no pramata in that body. So that body, the knower is not there. Is it okay? When knower is not there, there is no adhyasa, there is no knowledge happens. Very simple thing. So every day we are seeing this kind of experience. Now we are studying it. The same. So if you want to know this, any object, you should have this adhyasa. Adhyasa should be there. If I have adhyasa that I am the body, I am man, then I come to understand many things. If this adhyasa is absent, there is no knowledge. Very simple thing. Now you should not ask the question whether adhyasa is needed or not. No, we are not telling we have to have adhyasa or not. They are telling the truth about adhyasa. What is happening when we have adhyasa? What is happening when we do not have adhyasa? So here he is telling the truth. He is not giving the opinion you should have, you should not have. So that comes in final. The final only he says that you have to eradicate adhyasa. Now what is happening with adhyasa we are studying. Is it okay? Yeah. Now you understood this too. This is with adhyasa, this is without adhyasa. Yeah. Now, whatever you studied now, what we studied, whatever you studied so far, what? Without sense organs, no object. Without body, no sense organs. Without adhyasa, there is no body. Everything is absent in this Atman. Is it okay? Have you understood? That's all. You understood. So whatever you understood, you are going to read in this Sanskrit passage. That's all. Yeah, you understood. Now it is written in the Sanskrit. This is only frightening. Whenever I come to see this, I will close my eyes. I will turn the page. Sanskrit passage. Easy one. Now see. So I split this passage. Now I split this. Now you read, you will understand easily whatever you studied. So first understanding comes, next you are reading the passage. Is it okay? Now you understood all the things here. Let's see this. Uchate. Dehendriyadishu aham mama ita abhiman. Aham mama ita abhiman. Rahitasya, without this. Okay? If you do not have Dehendriyasa aham mama abhimana rahita, if you do not have the aham mama, Pramatritva anupapattau, the pramata, the ego will not be there. If you do not have, what is that? The pramata, the knower, I'm not. Yeah. If you do not have aham and mama, the knower will not be there. Knower is absent. Getting it? If you do not have ego, I and my, we should have that. If you do not have ego or the adhyasa, the knower will not be there. Pramata. That's why we studied the four things, epistemological domain. Pramata or pramatru, knower. Knower will not be there. Pramatru anupapato, pramana pravati anupapatte. If the knower is not there, the means of knowledge is meaningless. Right? For the sleeping person, in front of him, Bhagavad Gita is meaningless. Sleeping there. Why? Because pramata or pramatru is absent. When the knower is absent, the means of knowledge, pramanam also is what that meaningless. Getting it? We understood that. The knower is absent, then means of knowledge, all the sense organs will not work there. Is it okay? Now. Indriyani anupadaya pratyakshani vyavaharaha na sambhavati. So without the sense organs, indriyani, without the sense organs, pratyakshadi vyavaharaha. Pratyaksha is what that, seeing this flower, pratyakshadi vyavahara. Na sambhavati, nahi sambhavati. So you have to connect this. Na sambhavati. Without the sense organs, this will not happen. This is the first point from the picture. Okay, now see. Even though I have written this first, okay, see in that passage, this is the first point. Okay, the passage is the first point. In the picture, this is the first point. Have you seen this picture, this line, okay? This is the first picture, and this is the second, and this is third, and this is fourth, and this is fifth. Okay? To explain this, in this passage, from here only our point starts. Okay? And this is like introduction. You consider this as 0, then you can understand, okay? This minus 0. Now I'm okay. What he said, aham mama should be there for the knower. If aham mama is not there, the knower is not there, the means of knowledge also, there is no that meaning in it. Have you understood? Yeah. Now you take this as the first point. The first picture starts. Okay? So without indriya, without indriya, the objects cannot be seen. Is it okay? Without indriyas, object cannot be seen. This is the first point. We studied there. Without indriyas, the object cannot be seen. Now, have you understood now? So, we are confirming. I am not telling the new point. Already you studied. I am confirming with the Sanskrit passage. That's all. Now, this is second point. Tomorrow I will change this number and I will give you, okay? Today, just adjust with me. Without that, without the body, indriyas will not work. Now, adhisthana mantarena. Adhisthana means the body here, okay? Adhisthana mantarena, indriyanam vyapara, nacha sambhavati. So you have to read like that, dude. Without the body, indriyas will not work. Is it okay? Yeah. Adhisthana means the body is the base. In this base only everything is fake. Without body, the indriyas will not work. Yeah, you understood. Nice students. Nacha anadhyasta atma bhavena dehena kaschit vyapriyate. So you need to have adhyasa. The adhyasa should be there. Without the adhyasa, the body will not work. Okay, we should have this, I am this body. This adhyasa should be there. If there is no adhyasa, the body will not work. Body will be lying down only. Is it okay? Understood? I understood. Etasmin. Is this fourth point or fifth point? Fourth, okay, fourth. Because zero started. Fourth. Now, Etasmin sarvasmin asati asangasya atmanaha pramatrutvam nacha upapatte. Asanga. This is asanga atma. Asanga atma. In this asanga atma, sarva asati. Etasmin sarvasmin asati na upapatte. In here, everything is absent. The object is not there, sense organs, the means of knowledge, sense organs are not there, ego is not there, body is not there. Sarvasmana asati. Everything is absent. Therefore, here you will not find any pramata. There is no pramata. Only is all-pervading truth. Okay? All the things are not there, disappeared. Only asanga atma. Therefore, here you will not find pramata, pramatrutva. There is no knower. Then all the scriptures are telling this, only atma knows everything. What is the contradiction here? Brahma knows everything. Sat, Chit, Ananda, Chit. Yeah. Chit Swarupa. It is witness of whole creation, everything. This is witness of everything. And we are talking about the transactional knower. Getting in the transactional level, if you want to know something, we should have the adhyasa, aham mama. The knower should be there. The knower should have the body. The body, we should have all the sense organs. Through the sense organs, you come to understand about the object. The transaction level only we are talking. Okay. So we should not bring that kind of knowledge to this. This is all pervading, witness of everything, knows everything as it is. Not like the transactional knowing. Is it okay? So we are talking about the transactional knowledge. Yes, you understood. The last point. Nacha pramatrutva mantarena pramana pravritti. So if the pramatru, there means knower. If knower is not there, then there is no means of knowledge. Okay? Nacha pramana pravritti. Pramatrutva mantarena. Without the knowership, without the knowership, there is no meaning of means of knowledge. Your library of books, there is no, the person is not there to learn this. There is no purpose of having books in the library. Why? The person is in the coma state. Person is in coma state. There is no pramata inside this body. So what is the meaning of having all the books in the library? Okay. Pramatrutvam antare. Without this, without the knowership, the functioning of the means of knowledge is not there. So without the knower, nacha pramana pravritti. Pramana is useless. That is the point. I hope you understood this point. So we can have the book, the boy is in coma state. Then what is that thing of having the book and the knowledge? Nothing will happen. So you should have this, what is that? Adhyasa should be there to come to understand object and to have the transactions. That's the point. The point is all the transactions are happening with adhyasa. If there is no adhyasa, there is no transaction. You understood. Okay? Tasmata avidyavatu vishayani eva pratyakshadini pramanani shastrani cha. Now he concludes. The question, now you see, this is question, okay? Katam punah pratyakshadi. Now is the conclusion. Therefore, tasmat means therefore. He's bringing 3 dots. Mathematics. Tasmat means therefore 3 dots. Tasmat, therefore, avidyavati vishayani. So everything is meant for ignorant person. Okay? It follows that perception and their means of knowledge as well as the scriptures pertain only to those who are ignorant. So we should have the ignorance and we should have adhyasa, then only all transactions are possible. This is what, this is the condition what we are living. Everything is happening. Why you are telling this? What that is spending 1 hour and telling the same thing what is happening in my life? Why? Even though we live in our life, we do not, without having knowledge, we are living. Now, with knowledge, we are living now. So, what Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya tries to bring here, so how you are living in your life, I am giving the scientific explanation. So, he has given the scientific explanation of our knowledge about the transactions. Okay, so whatever we are doing the transactions, without knowledge we were doing. Now, with knowledge, we are doing it. Now you just go and sit on the table and you say that. So all the padarthams, all the food items are there. These are all objects. Prameya. I am the Pramata. I have adhyasa, ahamama. If ahamama is not there, nothing is there on my table. So I should have adhyasa to enjoy this. Right. Now you give comment on each and every padartha. Whatever made, all 10, 15 items. You come to understand this is like this. All the views you are giving. You have the knowledge of all the things. How you know? I have 5 sense organs. I used 5 sense organs completely on the table. Understood? Fragrance I will tell, taste I will tell, and the softness, color, everything I will tell. I have the knowledge. Okay? So without the adhyasa, there is no adhisthana. Without the adhisthana, there is no sense organs. Without the sense organs, there is no knowledge about the things. Okay? Anything, wherever we go, all the transactions are based on this avidya only. Okay? Whether it is secular or spiritual, wherever we go, everything is, all the transactions are going like this only. This is the epistemological domain. Consists of 4 things. Okay? Pramana, Prameya, Pramata, Prama. So first he introduced the 4 things and he explained this is what happening. All the knowledge, whether it is secular knowledge or spiritual knowledge, you go to college or university, wherever you go, the knowledge is happening in this way only. Actually, we can, every professor can teach this system, this part alone to the students. Every student should know that. The Balaika teacher also can teach. So what you learn is different. And what is happening when you learn the transaction level, this is a science. Very nicely brought, okay? Additional logic in defense of that. Additional one more point he is bringing. Now he explained scientifically. Theory he explained. Now he's going to give the practical example. Already now, practical example is very nice. It's going to give practical example. So what happened inside? He gave very nicely. I hope you understood this point very clearly. Very simple only. Very simple, very clear. That's why first I brought all the pictures, then I brought the Sanskrit passage. It's very easy to understand. Shall we move to next to that level? Look. Next. You see this cow? Nice cow, right? It brings very simple example. You see cow in India. So there you cannot see cow on the road street. So you have to go to cow farm, then you have to give this grass there. Here, just to the road you can see. You take grass in your car and you can give. So many places you see cow. It's living with us. When cow comes, you just show some grass. Okay, cow comes and takes. And cow also shows some of that affection to you. Okay, very simple example. This example is Brahma Sutrama. Yes. Simple example. He brought this example. Brahma. He has given the Sanskrit passage also to this. You will be amazed. If you give some grass to the cow, cow will come to you, and cow is what that? It shows love. You also can feel it. Suppose you take some stick and what that, try to beat it, cow will run away. If a cow comes there, you take some stick. When you take some stick and if you go near the cow, cow will run away. Universal truth. You have seen this. Is it okay? Give grass, it will come to you. If you take stick, it will run away. In the same way. So how animal reacts? Okay, the same way. So suppose a person, you go to office and the person is welcome. This is a new office, you went there. People are coming, hey, come on, hi. How are you? Where are you coming from? If they welcome, you also go and you shake your hands. Suppose you go to that office, immediately one person took knife. One person knife is coming near to you. You will run away, throw away all your files, pen, run away from there. One Adi Shankaracharya is writing everything in Sanskrit passage. I will show you. Everything there is in the Sanskrit passage. If he takes about a knife, a very ferocious person is coming, showing his face, you will run away from him. If he is friendly, you will go near to him. If he has taken some knife to kill us, then we will run away. Okay? So how the cow is running away, in the same way, man also is running away from the problem. If you show some love, how cow comes in the same way, man shows some love, the man also goes. Okay? This is the passage. So what you understood is given in the Sanskrit passage. Very interesting. Now see this. The second 2 pages, okay? So what you have understood, he has given passage 1 and passage 2. So this much you have to read. When you read and word by word, if you understand, then you get that. The picture form. First you understood the picture form. Now you are going to read it. Okay? Just to read it, you will understand. Very simple. Now see. Pashvadibhischa aviseshat yata hi pashvadayaha shabdadibihi srotradinam sambadde sati shabdadi vijnane pratikule jate tato nivartante anukule cha pravartante. So very simple. Very simple. Nothing is, you understood already. Just I am reading it. Pashvadibhischa viseshat. There is no distinction from animals. The man is almost like animal. Huh? Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya says that, hey, in sometimes you also like animal only. I said, yeah. Many times our own people are telling in my house. Oh, Brahma Sutra also is telling her. Many times we almost behave like animals. Yatahi pashvadaya, animals. Shabdadibihi shrotradinam sambandhe. When they hear something, sambandhe. Shabdadi vijnane. When they know. So that if you call, this is how they create sound to call cow. Cow comes. Because cow hears and cow comes. Pratikule jate tato nivartante. The person calls and it takes over that some stick. Nivartante. The animal goes away. Whether it is cow or what the pets goes away. Anukule jate pravartante. If it is very nice feeling, then it comes to us. It's very simple. If pratikula means if something is going to happen, danger, then it will run away. If it is very nice feeling, then it comes. Very, very simple. The simple truth is given in the Sanskrit passage. Okay? You understood. And he says that Yatha Dando Dyatakaram Purusham Abhimukam Upalabhya Mam Hantum. It thinks that to hurt me. I am Ichchati. I am Ichchati. But cow thinks that Yata Dandyodhyakatam Purusham. Dandyodhyakaram Purusham. So the person with the stick. Abhimukam Upalabhya. It is in front of him. In front of that. The cow sees that person in front of the cow. Mam Hantum. To hurt me, I am Ichchati. Hey, this person is. He wishes to hurt me. Cow thinks like that. Palayutum Arabaten. And started with that. Flying away from run away from that place. Haritaha, Trinaha, Purnaha, Panim, Upalabhya. Suppose the person is Haritaha, getting Harita, the green grass. Full, his hand is filled with the green grass. Panim Upalabhya, Tam Prati, Abhimuki Bhavanti. That person, the cow goes. Very, very simple Sanskrit, very simple. If you know Devanagari, it's very easy to understand. There's no philosophy. He has given the example, the live example. Okay? Very simple. Just to read, you can understand. He says in the one level, animal and man, both are same. They behave like same. The Pratyaksha level. This is point number one. Okay? The example is very, very clear. How animal reacts the same way man also reacts. So, okay. So if the learned person, how he behaves. Suppose this is one level, animal and man is same. In the second level, suppose the person is learned, whether he is in Adhyasa level or not. Okay, then he comes to the next level. That we will see tomorrow. Okay, with this one example, then what happens? The person who studied, simply he reacts with that how animal reacts. Then what is the next example? How he takes his thoughts to the next level. We will see this tomorrow. Okay. Now we will see your question and answer. Okay, va? So today we studied little science about the epistemology. Epistemological domain has got four things. Pramana, Prameya, Pramata, Prama. Okay. So we get knowledge through the Pramanam. The Pramata gets, what is that? Prama. He gets the knowledge. Very simple. So how it is going on? It says that for this, to get the knowledge, we need to have the Adhyasa. Without the Adhyasa, nothing will happen. So Adhyasa is needed to have transactions in the life. This is what he studied. Whether it is animal or a man, both are having Adhyasa, both are reacting the same way. In one level, not at all level. So we should not ask the animal, if you show the grass, it comes. If you take the stick, it runs away. So animal also has got the intellect. Yes, animal also has got the intellect, but very negligible amount, very little amount. All the pets also will have intellect, very negligible. With that intellect, it will not go to Vedanta class and do Vichara. Okay. So it has got its little amount of intellect is there. It knows. The pets also knows that. The owner is coming, we have to protect the owner, we have to be very grateful to owner, everything, all the things the animal also has got. So that type of intellect is not enough to go to college and study. Otherwise, you have to send all your pets to universities. They also will take bag and they also take a laptop and they also go to universities. So that kind of intellect they don't have. But a little intelligence is there for transactional life. So in that level only, animal and men are same, he says. Then he is taking another thought little forward. That we will see tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to see one more thought, very nice thought, and we are going to conclude. Now you see, you check yourself. So far you studied Adhyasa Bhashya. So no place you felt very difficult. Okay, then no place you felt difficult. All the places like this only. Some places it goes like that. Take the flight should go like this. Fine. No, 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 no. All the thoughts you understood. That's why I brought small revision today. All the thoughts is very, very easy. Thought by thought you understand. Today also it's a very easy one. So whatever happened in our life only we brought. Nothing is new for us. Nothing is new. So how they bring the steps, how we have to understand, that is more important. Okay. So moving to a question. Yes, this. Is Kyativada part of Brahma Sutra, or we studying it mainly to understand the views of other? Not mainly to understand other views. The part of the Kyativada is a part of part of Brahma Sutra is the Adhyasa Bhashya. In Adhyasa Bhashya, so many thoughts are coming. So one thought of Adhyasa Bhashya is Kyativada. That's all. This is not mainly understand the views of other. No, it's not mainly to understand the views of other. That is not our point. To understand other views is not the point. So he wants to say what is Adhyasa, how to convert Adhyasa into Avidya, how to bring Vidya to eradicate Avidya. This is how he takes the path, the route he is taking. This is not main point. This is also one of the points. That's all. Okay. By way of understanding superimposition, are we trying to understand more about Jiva? Is this a description of Jiva? Yes, studying about the Jiva. So one of the names of Brahma Sutra is Sharirika Mimamsa. The person who lives in this body, Sharirika. Sharir. The person who lives in this body is Sharirika. Okay? Who is that person? We have to know. Who is that person? Jiva. Now we are having the, what is that? Adhyasa Jiva. So we have Aham, Mama, Abhimana, all the attachment, everything. Studying about Jiva and go beyond this Jiva and understand its nature. So directly we are not studying about Jiva here. Directly we are not studying about Jiva. The Jiva's nature is main point to understand. So is this a description of Jiva? This is not description of Jiva. So this is the problem he is analyzing, and slowly, so he is taking us towards the goal. Are we trying to understand more about Jiva? Yeah, Jiva only, studying about Jiva only. Your question is right. Understanding more about Jiva, then we can go beyond the Jiva level. But our main is the truth, Sattva Chitta Ananda. So there he is taking us. His Bhashya is, Adhyasa Bhashya is introduction to the entire, yes. Adhyasa Bhashya is the introduction to all the, yes, you are right only. Right. Your understanding is right. Introduction for a whole Brahma Sutra. The first day we studied this. Reflected this point, first day we studied. Is Anirvachaniya and Mithya the same? Yes. Right, the Anirvachaniya Mithya. Yeah. Mithya is Anirvachaniya. You cannot explain this Mithya. That's why this is called Anirvachaniya. Yeah, both are same one. I read somewhere about Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam. Read somewhere, you bring here, and whatever you study here, and you mix together, and you will get definitely doubt. This is what Arjuna also did. Arjuna, same, I do not know. Dharma Sambhuda Chetaha. Okay? Nachaitad vidmo kataranno gariyaha yatva jayema yadivano jayeyu yaneva hatvana jijivishamaha evasthita pramukhet adarashraha. This is the question Arjuna asked. Same question. Because we study something somewhere and we study here and the 2 points will come together. Yeah, there is nothing, because when I saw this, I understood. Because nimitta is coming. Here nimitta is coming, here nimitta is coming. That is a problem. Oh, 2 words, similar words. Therefore, our mind works in this way. There is no problem. Yeah, you will get question. So this upadana nimitta karana, abhinna nimitta upadana karana means like what that spider. Now, how the spider takes this saliva and it builds his web. In the same way, the Brahman takes his power and builds his whole universe. The Brahman is abhinna. Abhinna means what that? Not separated. Otherwise, the Brahman is not created this world like how the pot maker is making the pot. It's not that kind of creation. You getting it? The pot maker is something. That nimitta karana. Pot maker is nimitta karana. Upadana karana is what that? Clay. So pot maker is different, clay is different. So pot maker is taking the clay and created the pot. It is not like that. So pot maker himself has become clay. How this is possible? Then example goes to spider. How the spider itself is the creator and itself is what that? Raw material. In the same way. The raw material is Brahman and the creator is Brahman. Therefore, abhinna, not binna. Are you getting it? Not abhinna. Abhinna, nimitta, upadana karana. So these concepts we study during the creation. Okay. During the creation time only, creation theory brings this kind of technical term. So what we studied here, mithya, ajnana, nimitta, mithya. This is because of the non-discrimination. Because of the ajnana or mithya, the iron ball and fire comes together. The mutual superimposition happened. Here the superimposition concept. There the creation. Getting it? So the creation, during the creation period, you use this technical term. In Adhyasa Bhashya, when they mix together the mutual imposition, superimposition, you use this. But nimitta, because of the nimitta only, you got this connection. You can understand similarity. Because of similarity, Adhyasa comes here also. The similar words, you get this kind of question. So here this is for superimposition, there it is for creation. So the context is different. Okay? Not same. Okay, go ahead. Was Adhyasa Bhashya written after the various Khyativadas had been developed? What I understood that Adhyasa Bhashya is written first Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya, 2500 years back. After Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya only, so many Acharyas came and they brought this kind of Khyativadas. Okay? Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya is not using the Khyati in this Adhyasa Bhashya. The word Khyati is not coming. After Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya, many Acharyas came and they started reflecting and they brought this kind of thought and thought developed. Okay? It seems like there is no real difference between Akhyati. Yeah, you are right. You are right. Akhyati, Anyata Akhyati, and Anirvachani Khyati, all Khyativad. There is no difference. There is no real difference. Yes. You understood. This is what Bhagavan Adi Shankaracharya also says. Whatever the views given by other philosophers, all the views are little difference. But the common denominator, seeing one thing on another thing. You understood. No real difference. Are the proponents of the Khyati, Akhyati and Anyata Khyati simply stating Akhyati and Anyata Khyati, simply stating Anirvachaniya Khyati in another way? No, this is not right. So you should not understand. Akhyati, there is no that difference between silver and shell. See here, non-discrimination. Okay, Anyata Khyati, not seeing the thing as it is. So they are little different in their views. And Anirvachaniya Khyati, therefore the difference is there. Therefore the meaning of the name is different. Otherwise, Adi Shankaracharya would have told that all are Anirvachaniya Khyati, full stop. No varieties of Khyati. How varieties comes there? Because the difference is there, then only the varieties come. If there is no difference, the variety will not be there. Why you say variety rice? Rice same done. You are giving the name variety rice. Today no sambar, no rasam, nothing will be the only variety. You take rice, then tamarind rice. This is lemon rice. This is curd rice. Where rice? This is sambar rice. What is this? Whatever the remaining rice, pure rice. And podi will be there. You mix podi and eat it. Podi powder. Variety rice. But even the varieties are there. But you found only one, no real difference. Yes. All the varieties, no real difference. One point, rice is there. So rice is the main or the common denominator, and you feel this variety. So variety should be there. So the akyat is different. So this is tamarind rice, sir. This is curd rice, sir. This is lemon rice, sir. Your understanding is right in both the ways. Here this is not right. So here you have to understand akyat is different, anyata akyat is different, anirvachikat is different. But all the three things are same. So you are confusing me. Whether it is same or not, you tell me. Akyati, anyata akyati, anirvachanakati different. In what way? Tamarind rice, curd rice, lemon rice. But all the three things are telling the same thing. Why? It is made up of rice. Getting it? Yeah, you understood. But you have to remember why I told the tamarind rice or that lemon rice. So you said that the rice part is nice, but the concept I forgot. No. You have to get the concept through the rice. The varieties are there. Therefore, he brought all the varieties here. Okay, va? So here you are right. Yes, there's no real difference. Almost same. But here difference is there. Difference is there, but same point in different varieties there. You understood? Would it be possible to join your next batch Sanskrit? Yes, welcome. Welcome is answer. Somebody brought this question, Shaikh. So now I'm going to one more month is there. If I finish this Devanagari, next course I'm going to start the first level. So it will be published through CIF. Welcome, you can join. Avarana and Vikshepa are the other names of, yes, you are right. Avarana and Vikshepa is other name of Avidya and Adhyasa, right. Avarana is Avidya, Vikshepa is Adhyasa. Yes, you are right. Nice question. Why? I know answer. There is simple answer. Therefore, this is nice question. We'll move to next question. My first question is, how many Upanishads are there? Yes. When I tried to search, I did not get the definite answer. I am aware of 13. This is one person, our member has written. My second question is there an order in which this Upanishad should be studied? Okay, well, two questions. A nice question. We have this 10 major Upanishads. Major means not the big Upanishad. Big. Major Upanishad, the Upanishad should have all the contents of Jiva, Jagat, Ishvara, Bandha, Moksha and liberation. All the things it has to sadhana. It has to talk. The major Upanishad. Isha, Kena, Kata, Prashna, Mundaka, Mandukya, Taitriya, Aitreya, Chandogya, Brihadaranyaka. Major 10 Upanishads, very, very important Upanishads. For all the 10 Upanishads, Bhagavan Adi Shankara has written commentary, Ramanujacharya and Advaita. All the Acharyas they have taken and they wrote the commentary. Main 10. And if you got all the 10 Upanishads you get from this the Vedas. From the Rig Veda you got Aitreya Upanishad. Yajurveda's got Krishna Yajurveda, Shukla Yajurveda. In Krishna Yajurveda you get Katha and Taitriya. Shukla Yajurveda you get Isha and Brihadaranya. Samaveda, Kena Upanishad, Chandogya Upanishad. Atharvana Veda, you get Prashna, Mundaka, Mandukya. All the 10 Upanishads. Yeah. Are you okay? The power cut, but you can see me. Okay, then.
Yes, Swamiji, we can see you.
Okay. Problem. Backup, it's okay. Okay, yes. Now you can see the board very clearly. You cannot see me. Very good. So you can see 20% me and 80% board. Hey, this is also nice, yeah. Tomorrow onwards we can have class like this. Now see this. Prashna Mundaga Mandukya. Okay, va? So I'm telling you, all the 10 Upanishads, how all the 10 Upanishads have taken from 4 Vedas. Okay, 10 Upanishads, major Upanishads. Just moving to next, I tell you, you have to note down Muktiko Upanishad. No one Upanishad is there. Muktiko Upanishad. You note it down. Muktiko Upanishad. The Muktiko Upanishad is talking about all the Upanishads. We have 108 Upanishads totally, number. So you have to note it down. 108 Upanishads we have. Where is the reference? Muktiko Upanishad is reference. So this is the Muktiko Upanishad reference. Okay. Ramachandra Murthy is talking to Hanuman in that Upanishad. So Rama is talking to Hanuman. Hanuman is asking many questions. Rama is answering our Hanuman. Okay. Muktiko Upanishad is. First you have to read this Dasa Upanishad. Now, first if you want to get moksha, just read Mandukya Upanishad. If you read Mandukya, you will get moksha. If you are not getting moksha, then read 10 Upanishads. It says, suppose you are not able to get moksha, then Dvatrimshat, then good. 32 Upanishad you have to read. Trimshat, 30. Dvatrimshat, 32 Upanishad you have to study. If you are not able to get, then read 108 Upanishads. Nice answer, le? 108. This is how you have to read the Upanishad. The mantra says like that. Okay. Yeah. All this got the Upanishad names. Now the list of 108 Upanishads. Okay, list of 108. Isha Kena Kata Prashna Mundaga Mandukya Taitriya Aitreya Chandogya Brihadaranyaka Brahmo Upanishad, Kaivalya Upanishad, Jabala Upanishad, Shvetashvara Upanishad, Amso Upanishad, Araniya Upanishad, Garbha Upanishad, Narayana Upanishad. Okay, like that. All the 108 name I brought here. Okay, 108 names we have. Okay, so all the 108 names. 108 Upanishads you have. Are you happy now? I didn't study even one. If you ask about Upanishad, no, I bring all the Upanishads. Muktiko Upanishad is talking all the list. Okay, va? Only Mandukya if you read, you will get to first Upanishad, you read Mandukya, you will get liberated. If you are not able to, then go to next 10 and next 108. If you are not able to get moksha, then come back again, take human birth, then again you start. Second round. Okay, second round. All this. Now see, this 10 Upanishads, the 10 Upanishads from Rigveda, they has given the list. You just note in this 10 Upanishads from the Rigveda and the Shantipata is Vagme Manasistitaha. Okay, va? Are you getting it? Are you getting it? Power has come. Maya has gone. Brahman has come. Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya. This 10 in the list is. This 10 Upanishads are Rigveda. Rigveda 10 Upanishads you find. The whole Rigveda 10 Upanishads. All the 10 Upanishads has got the Shanti mantra Vangme Manasistitaha. Then go to this is the original mantra and this is the translation, okay? And this is again original mantra. The translation is 19 Upanishads you see. 19 Upanishads you see in the Shukla Yajurveda. All the 19 Upanishads has got the mantra Purnamadaha Purnamidam. Shanti mantra. When you start the Ishavasya Upanishad, first Ishavasya Upanishad you start and the Shanti mantra is Purnamadaha Purnamidam. You say, hey, now only we are starting the class. Why are you telling Purnamada? That is mantra for that Upanishad. Okay, all 19 Upanishads you get from Sukla Yajurveda, only 19 Upanishads. And this is another 32 Upanishads. From Krishna Yajurveda you find, and the Shanti mantra is Sahana Vavatu. 32 Upanishads you get from that Krishna Yajurveda. Okay? And this is the original mantra. The translation is 16 Upanishads you get from Samaveda. Apyayantu Mamangani. This is the Shanti mantra you read. So you find 16 Upanishads in Samaveda. Okay? 31 Upanishads you find in Atharvana Veda, and the Shanti mantra is Badrangarane Vishrunayama Deva. Only one question we asked. So many. But as a Vedantic student, you should know all the things. That's why I brought here. Because a Vedanta student, whether we study the Upanishad or not, that is different matter. We should know at least list. I know all the Upanishads. Have you studied? Yet to start. I know all the list. Yeah. No. Yes. So with this, we'll stop here. Tomorrow we'll conclude Brahma Sutra Adhyasa Bhashya. Okay? Right. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaye Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Hari Om.